Hey, I'm making this YouTube video to give you guys some heads up information that you can either take my advice or sit back and do nothing, or you can actually act on my advice and get ready for what's getting ready to happen. All right, I'm going to upload a video on this new information I found about how they intend to crash the electrical grid and turn the water off. Okay, supposedly they canceled it because of the COVID-19 virus, but I don't believe it has. I think they're just setting you up for being passive. What I think is going to happen is, as people run out of food and people get tired of being in their homes and people start going out protesting, because now you're starting to see a little bit of pushback, a little bit of demonstrations, they're going to pull the next trigger on the plug and turn off the water and power, so that you'll either starve to death, you'll get sick from dysentery and other infections that you get for not being able to do personal hygiene and take care of yourself. Can't get haircuts, you can't shave, can't brush teeth, and sooner or later your body's going to break down on its own just by being filthy and you can't wash. And remember my little chart that I was telling you about September 23rd, 2017 is what I plugged in for the beginning of the birth pains. Well, like I said on my chart, if you do it and you put in the 90-day gap in between each and have it repeat, every one of these little things that checked off, well, the next check-off box on this date, theoretically, this is all theoretically, but I'm just using, every one of these things on my little paper from Revelation 12 sign, every one of these happened on the exact same date that's on this paper. And the next exact same date that's on this paper is June 15, 2019. Nope, I'm sorry, wrong page. It's June 9th, 2020. Let's go hypothetical. What if June 9th, 2020 is when they turn the power off and the water off? Because think about it. You only have so much food. Okay, people when they got the stimulus checks had to make a decision. Either pay rent or buy food. Okay? Or buy diapers and milk for your kids. So you had to pick. Okay? Either pay rent, which most people didn't. Logic dictates you're going to buy food, you're going to buy the things you need to survive. You're not going to pay the rent. So what's going to probably happen is, by default, common sense, people can't pay their mortgage. They're going to kick you out of your houses. They're going to foreclose on people's properties and put everybody in the street. Okay, now you're going to have this mass exodus, mass eviction, mass defaults of people in the street. Okay? Well, if that doesn't work, okay, because I don't believe they want to tear up the country and take all the infrastructure down. Like I said, I was in the military. Okay? You want to starve the people first. Then if starving the people don't work, you want to cut off their line of communication. Internet, their power, and it's getting ready to get summertime too. And that's why I said June 9th, 2020. June is the middle of summer. So what would happen if they cut all the power off in June when you have a heat wave and they cut all the water off? What's going to happen? Now, I don't know if people know it, but this is what I think. Okay, I might have read something wrong or not, but I believe you can survive longer without food than you can without water. I think without water, you only have about maybe 3 to 7 days, depending on your activities, what you're doing, how hot it is, but you're going to die without water. Food, you'll starve to death, but I think it takes like 30 to 40 days to starve to death. Okay, it's a slow process, whereas water, with not having no water, is like a quicker, as you die from dehydration. But now I got a question. I got to thinking. What would happen? Why would they feel it necessary to take away all the bleach, all the alcohol, all the peroxide, okay, all the cleaning, almost pretty good bunch of cleaning supplies, paper towels, toilet paper? Well, if you think about it, okay, they're going to hit you with a double whammy. They're going to cut your income off, have you self-quarantine in your house, okay, limit what you do. Now they're going to start starving you out. They're going to put the stranglehold on you, tighten the noose. You see what I'm saying? But what if you have stockpile food? Oh, no problem. We're just going to take your toilet paper away, your razors, your haircut clippers, okay, your feminine hygiene products, your toothpaste, and you're just going to rot in your house because you can't take care of yourself. And then guess what happens? If you get a little cut now that you can pour some peroxide on and put a Band-Aid on, okay, you're going to be okay. But what happens if you're dirty and filthy and you have no water, you have no way to clean yourself, and you have to take a poop? Then you have to wipe your butt. Now you're going to get poop in your open cut. Okay? Then you can get bacterial infections. You need antibiotics for it. Everything's closed. You're locked out in your house. You'll die. Just by normal process of life, you're going to die. If you get a bacterial infection or any type of infection and you have no adequate way to clean yourself or keep your wound clean, even if it's a minor like an ingrown toenail, it can turn into sepsis, gangrene. You can wind up losing your foot and eventually die if not treated. I mean, something as simple as an ingrown toenail. If you don't got clean toenail clippers or fingernail clippers, it can actually get infected, and it can get worse, and it can spread, and it can sepsis, it can get blood poisoning, and all kinds of other bad stuff can happen just from taking some clippers, cutting it, and pouring some peroxide on it, and you can take care of yourself, put a Band-Aid on it. But it can eventually kill you. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. The whole reason, why would you take toilet paper? What logical reason is it to take toilet paper from people? Okay, or not put it back on the shelves? It's because you always have to go to the bathroom. They want you to get sick. They're intentionally setting you up for failure so you get sick. And people don't know it. So you know what I did? Okay? Here, let me show you. Let me show you. Because see, I got a little bit, like I said, I'm in the military. I've been in Iraq. I've been without toilet paper. I know how to do stuff a little bit. Use a little common sense. Why don't you buy some wash rags? Okay? Wash rags can be washed out and reused, unlike toilet paper that you have to throw away and flush down the toilet. Ooh, it's disgusting. Yeah, but it'll keep you clean. Because what you can do is, you can take a bucket and give yourself a bird bath. Okay? Then you can have another bucket for rinsing out your poop-filled thing when you get done taking a poop. Okay, you wipe your butt with that, wash out some wash rags, wipe your butt. They have the bidets that spray water up on your butt in the foreign ritzy countries and stuff like that. Well, you can take something like that, theoretically, okay, take a water and a wash rag, wipe your butt, give yourself bird baths. You can't do showers and baths anymore. You need to start saving your water and keep your water. You have like a water for drinking, okay, drinking water. That's why they took the bleach, because you can't purify water. You can't keep it clean out of bacteria, so algae and stuff will grow in it. That's why they took the water, okay? But newsflash, you can use swimming pool Clorox, swimming pool water. I know people play in the pools before, they accidentally drank some water in the swimming pool, they didn't die. Okay, it might not taste good, it might not be as good as bleach, but that's your second alternative. You might buy it up before they pick it up on it and figure out, hey, the people can use swimming pool water to decontaminate their water, sterilize their water, sterilize their toilets, because I checked it. I used the Clorox bleach in my toilet, and I used it in the toilet downstairs. Okay? It does the exact same thing. It's just under the guidelines of swimming pool chemicals instead of bleach. Okay? So you might want to think about, and there's another thing, you might want to think about stockpiling water. Okay? And what I would suggest doing is, because people don't think about this, why don't you get you a swimming pool? Who's buying swimming pools now? Huh? Buy a swimming pool, holds like 4,000 gallons of water. Before they cut the water off, fill your swimming pool up with water, make sure it has a tarp on it or cover it so that, you know, bugs and stuff don't get in it. Buy you 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 gallons of this chlorinated pool bleach water. That's your washing clothes water. That's your bird bath water. Okay? And if necessary, that could be even your drinking water if you had no choice. Okay? You need to think about water, because nobody's looking at water. Nobody's watching water. They're worried about food, food, food. You'll starve to death over 30 to 40 days, 45 days, maybe even 60 days. If you take a for example, to straighten it out so you don't feel hunger pains, what if you buy like a multivitamin pill and drink a glass of water? You can stay alive for a long, long time with multivitamins. Okay? Buy you like a one a day health, you know, that has all the vitamins in it. Take 2 or 3 of them, buy like 6 or 8 bottles of them. You can stay alive for 4 or 5 months. So the vitamins, because vitamins come from the food, but you can buy a multivitamin now, so you technically don't need food. You'll get cramps and you'll be hungry, but you'll still stay alive. That's my point, okay? But if you cut a person's water off, they're dead. They're dead. You're dead. You are dead without water. Guaranteed. It's a fact, 100%. And anybody with any brain knows that you can't live without water. That's why, and remember in the beginning, they were rationing how much water you could get, like 1 or 2 cases per family. They're rationing the water. They're already giving you a hint. They're going to cut the water off because you'll die without water. Food, you'll be uncomfortable and you're hungry and all that, and eventually you'll just go to sleep hungry. You'll wake up hungry, but you'll be okay. It's a slow process. But water will kill you quicker than starving to death. Okay? So you might want to buy a swimming pool, buy some wash rags, okay? Buy you a little bucket that you can take poops in. And also, too, another thing, if you have any pets, one thing I do, I don't got no pets, okay? But if you buy kitty litter, kitty litter is perfect. Okay, kitty litter. You know what? Kitty litter. Kitty litter. Why do I need kitty litter for? Think about it. What you do is you have to buy you 2 5-gallon buckets. Okay, put 1 full of kitty litter in it, or like maybe 3 or 4 scoops of kitty litter. You want it to be about that much in the bag, and get the flex bags that are real heavy and thick. Okay, that one is for pee, your liquid waste. The other one is for your solid waste. And you put a thinner layer of kitty litter in that, and you like scoop it in there. You know the sale, you know they have the trash bags that lock in the odor where the odor can't come out. That's the type of bags you buy, trash bags. You put the trash bag inside your 5-gallon bucket, okay? Because when you cut the water and when you cut the water and power off, how are you going to go to the bathroom? You're still going to have to go to the bathroom in the dark, okay? So buy flashlights, candles, matches. Buy you a barbecue grill, okay? Because a barbecue grill, you can get it for like $60. You can put it in your backyard. You can not only burn coal, you know, the charcoal, but you can burn wood, paper. You can have something to make fire so you can cook food, okay? You don't have to have like a stove and an oven. You can go to that. You can boil water on top of it, you know. You'll have some type of like thing. You can get a barbecue grill. They haven't locked that down yet, but they're going to figure out that you can get barbecue grills. They're going to stop people from getting barbecue grills because you can cook, you can boil water, you can sterilize instruments, you can do stuff, okay? You need to get that. And then when the water goes off and the power goes out, take your trash at least like, I don't know, I'm going by neighborhood, okay? 5 or 6 houses down, okay? You can't put it in nobody's yard, but I'm saying about that far. You want to take it far away from your property. You don't want to put it outside your property, okay, because people will know you're still alive in your house. You're hunkered down in your house. You want to take your waste disposal and take it out away from your house, your trash and all that stuff. You want to take it far away as you can from your house safely. Get back to your house without nobody seeing you, but take it away from your house. Don't drop your trash in your yard because it's going to, number one, it's going to make smells. And number 2, it's going to start showing that there's activity. Somebody still lives there because there's trash accumulating out front of your house. Okay, so you have to take it away. But if you use the kitty litter, and you use the, one second, let me shut my door. You better knock it off. And also, too, I just remembered you might want to buy a first aid kit. Get one of these. So you can take care of little minor cuts and scrapes. Okay? But anyway, getting back to it. The kitty litter, okay, what it does is, why I say get kitty litter is because it soaks up your pee. Okay? It'll soak up your pee, so you won't have to have pee bottles everywhere, pouring the pee out somewhere and it'll suck in the pee. It's like a big sponge. And it's kitty litter. You can buy a sack of kitty kit, get like a 25-pound sack, get like 4 or 5 of them, throw them in your back of your car, and you got it for, that lasts a long time because it'll take a long time for the kitty litter to soak everything up. Get the fast-acting kitty litter that locks it in real tight. Buy a couple bags of that. I got like 4 or 5 bags in my 55-gallon trash can in my garage. Okay? You take that, you pour some of it in there. Not that much. You only need about like that much of it. For your pee. Only your pee is in that one, okay? Your other one, your poop, it'll be like how you pick up poop from a dog. You know what I'm saying? When your dog walk your dog, you put it in your little pooper bag. But that's what you do. You put that in the 5-gallon bucket, put some kitty litter in it, then you poop, okay? And then you just put the lid on it. Put something on it like a piece of cardboard box or something like that. It's better if you can buy one of those toilet seats that can sit on it like for camping, like if you're going out hunting or something, and you can snap it on. You can snap it on top of the 5-gallon bucket, and it closes the lid like a toilet seat. But if you don't got no choice, you can rig one up. Worst case scenario, what you can do is, and this is what we did in Iraq. I never even thought about it. This is what you can do in Iraq, no problem, because you have to have a seat, right? But this is for like camping, like if you're mobile. We used it because we were mobile. This is what we used. You take a folding chair you can get for like $9 or $10 at Walmart, and you take it and you cut out a circle in the middle of it, and you just open the chair up, put it down, poop, pick it up, and then walk off with it. You see, that way you ain't sitting down on the ground or having to straddle over a bucket. It's easier. It's more comfortable because it's a chair. All you did was cut the hole out of it where you can sit down in it. See? I mean, you people really need to be thinking. And the video I'm going to show, I'm going to upload after this, but I'm going to upload their talking about it, okay? And I want you to see it. I just didn't want to play it so you could hear it. I want you to actually see all the papers and all the stats, where his report's coming from, what the man's saying, okay? It came up from this guy, Richie from Boston, I think is his name. He's a good guy. He gets a lot of good information on it. I post a couple of his videos on my YouTube channel because I'm just passing it along. He's the one putting it all together. He's doing the research. I'm just trying to pass it along is all I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to take no credit away from the man, okay? He's doing all the work. He's good. Hey, he's doing good. I mean, I like everything he's saying. It makes a lot of sense. So what I'm doing, I got one of his things that he found from somebody else that uploaded to his site, and I'm taking it from his site, uploading it to my site because I think the information needs to get out and people need to know about it and get ready for the storm about to come. All right, well, I'm just giving you guys some heads up on what I would suggest doing because as soon as they cut the water off, you're done. You will die. You will die. Guaranteed you're going to die. If they cut the water off, you will die. Food, you'll starve to death, but it takes 30, 40 days. It don't happen like that. Water, 2 weeks you're dead. You'll be dead without water. You'll dehydrate. Especially if and I think it's what they're waiting for. The reason they went online and he said, we're going to cancel it is to make everything's coming back to normal. Everything's going to be fine. Ooh, we're all good. Watch. They're setting you up, and you people better wake up or you're going to be caught real quick. Because what I think they're waiting for is summer. June, according to my little paper. Remember I said all these boxes getting checked from Revelation 12 sign. Every 90 days, something comes out, and you can Google the date, and you'll see something got passed. Well, the next gap on here is June 9th, 2020. I was trying to figure out what's going to happen June 9th, 2020. Cut the water and power off. Air conditioners, that senior citizen people, the people on oxygen machines that have the home oxygen machines in there to helping them breathe. No power. You have no power. You'll have no water. They don't care you have food. Okay, cry about food. We'll give you food. We'll take you. That's why see they ain't stopping the food banks. They're letting the lines of cars line up. They don't care about the food. That's 30, 40 days you starve to death. Cut the water off that and speeds up everything a lot quicker. You see what I'm saying? So you might want to take all this information, and this is just an informational video. That's all it is. This ain't no religious one. I already put my religious beliefs out there and what I feel religion-wise, and I'm going to make some more later on, getting into like the feast days and all this stuff so I can explain everything and the reason why I'm thinking certain ways. But you might want to start preparing and thinking real quick. And what you don't need a real big pool, but I would get a pool that can hold like maybe 300-400 gallons of water. Okay, just put it in your backyard. That's normal. You drive down, it's getting summertime, you buy a pool and a barbecue grill. That ain't going to cause no suspicion. But they don't know that you know that's your backup water supply when you cut the water off. And when they cut the water off, don't poop in your house. Okay, don't use the bathroom in your house. That's why you have to have a 5-gallon jug, a 5-gallon bucket with some kitty litter. Because if you poop inside your house and you try to flush it with the water off, it's going to back up in your house. Then you're going to have crap all in your bathrooms and in your showers. It's going to back up the drain. Okay, the reason people have in society, okay, they have them wastewater treatment plants. It pulls the feces and it cleans it and like tries to recirculate it, I guess. But they have that. If you didn't have that, it would fill up and back up in your pipes. Okay. All you gotta do is go to one of the YouTube channels for hoarding and look in the hoarders, and you'll see all the pee bottles and everything in the hoarders. You know, where they hoard and they keep everything. They keep everything together, and you see the poop and everything. Why? Because they cut the water off for non-payment of bill, and the stuff just backed up into the thing. That's what's going to happen all over the United States when they cut the water and power off. It only has to be off for 21 days. You cut the water and power off 21 days in the middle of June when a heat wave's coming. That's all you have to do. And that's gonna thin out the population pretty quick, especially if you're old and have medical issues and you haven't prepared and you haven't thought ahead. I mean, they're going to take fans, because everything, your AC is going to get cut off, your air conditioning. You know how hot wherever you live at, how hot summer's going to get. What if you have no air, when you have no air conditioning? Not what if, because they're going to do it. They will do it. They're going to cut the power off, they're going to cut the water off, and they're going to sit there. And they might say 45 days before it comes back on. So it pulls out that thing. That's why I say you need to figure out how much water you need to have for your family. If you got like 4 or 5 people in your family, you need to have like a 55-gallon drum per family member, okay? But your 55-gallon drum per family member, you got to, number one, you got to find it if they're not sold out conveniently, okay? They're hard to find, or the price is going to be exuberantly high, okay? Or it's going to come like in the middle of June. Probably it ain't going to come because you can't really travel back and forth. So you need to run down to your local Walmart and buy you one of them big pools while you can, a Home Depot, a Target, wherever you can go in and get a pool, a swimming pool, bring it out to your backyard. And if you don't have a cover for it, okay, get one of them, tarps you put over a car or something, the big 20-foot tarps you can put over the green, the blue ones you can put over boats and you can cover stuff up with. Get a tarp and take some rope. I used bungee cords last time to try to snap it around my pool before I got rid of my pool because I'm moving. I'm hopefully to move. But I put a bungee cord around it. Don't get bungee cords, because what happens is the sun dries out the thing, the rubber elastic thing in it, and it snaps like a rubber band. Like if you pull a rubber band too hard, it'll snap the rubber band. That's what happens over time with the 100-degree, 90-degree heat. It'll cook it. So you need to get a rope. Probably a rope that's like coated or something, so it doesn't, it can handle like a clothesline, the plastic piece of metal that you use to hang clotheslines on, clothesline wire. This has the rubber. I don't know, back in the day they used to hang clothes on clotheslines, but if you can buy some clothesline string, because that's made to stay out in the heat, is the reason I say use clothesline wire. It just popped in my head. Use clothesline string, tie it around your pool, and also too, this is what I would just suggest. You don't have to do it, but this is what I would suggest, is because that's your only source of water that's going to be there, and you're going to go out and you're going to buy the chemical stuff for the bleach and all that stuff to disinfect the water so you can drink it, boil it, cook with it, use it for bird bath and stuff like that. But what I would also do is, this is only my personal opinion, buy sandbags. Sandbags? Yeah, because if you buy a pool and you get a hole punctured in it, it's going to leak all your water out. So you want to put sandbags up around, at least about a good 1.5 feet, 2 foot up around it. So if you have like animals or dogs biting it or anything like that in the backyard, or you have anything that comes, at least it's protected a little bit, so it's up above, and if you could go all the way up to like maybe about 1 bag high all the way around the pool, before the top, that's fine, that's even better. But I would just, at least put it up where it's, somewhat protected so somebody can't poke it. You might have like a 3 or 4 year old kid, don't know no better, take a screwdriver, go out and poke it, or take a stick and go out and poke it. Because it bulges out, when you put the water in it, you can just poke it and poke a hole in it. But if you put a sandbag up in it, it's less likely to get punctured, is all I'm saying. But I'm just giving you this heads up video. I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to upload this guy's research he's doing. I think it's a 23-minute or 25-minute, might even be a 30-minute video. But you need to watch it, because I guarantee you they will do it, and they're going to do it in June. They're going to do it in June, in summertime, when the heat wave hits. Watch and see if I ain't telling the truth. All right, I'm gone.